Ahoy VC! Welcome to the Personal Oasis. I've got my coffee. I'm your captain Isaac, and we are here to talk more on the Blind Island about some great music. Joined here by trusty cat friend Milliford. We're here to survey the wonderful land that vinyl and music has to offer us. So, I want to say, first and foremost, thank you so much to everyone in the community that has been so wonderful, reaching out, leaving comments, messaging us. It's been really, really helpful and really, really nice to hear from you all. And second of all, I've been learning a lot from other channels that are in the vinyl community as well. I've decided that I might start wearing a hat or two in my review section because I am the captain of this ship, and to also pay homage to a great guy who's on the vinyl community, Masslov. I've just started watching his videos, but what a wealth of knowledge. He's like an encyclopedia. So I doff my cap to the Norman. I think that you're a great guy, and I'm just trying to pay a little tribute to you. I also wanted to just share a little bit more about if you're interested in this wonderful mug that I have. It says, but first a sip and a spin. Got this from a wonderful gal who's on Instagram, and her Etsy store name is Ripplation411. You can buy one of your own. They're only $15. Great, great stuff. Be sure to check it out. She's a great gal, and I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can go and visit her shop, and also to Massey's channel, since it's been so wonderful for me to learn more about it. So today we are going to be taking a look at a private press jazz classic from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Really great fusion funk jazz, and it's by a group that only came out with 3 albums in 1977. Natural Life, Unnamed Lands. This is a phenomenal record. Truly one of the best that I have ever listened to as far as the fusion genre is concerned, and I'm surprised that they haven't gained more traction in recent years. So, how I'm going to move about with my review is I'm going to go into a little background information about the band, then I'm going to do my initial thoughts on what the music sounds like, go into some album highlights, and after that, we'll wrap it up. So, to give you guys a little bit of background information on Natural Life, they only came out with 3 albums in 1977, back to back to back. They were released on a couple of different labels, all private pressings in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It never really gained a lot of traction. A lot of the members went on to perform in other different jazz groups. This was kind of considered a super group of the time, and it really, really is a shame that they didn't take off, because this is really quality stuff. The production value on this, for even being in a small studio budget, is top tier, has a wonderful sound to it. Mike Elliott, the guitarist on here, was kind of the brainchild and the mastermind behind this entire project. He went on to make a few solo albums, and I think he continues to tour today. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I am surprised that they never took off, because the music level and the quality is so very high. So now that we have a little background information about this record out of the way, let's get into my initial thoughts. So right off the bat, it grabs you with a synthy funk line that just hooks you immediately into the groove. I am locked in, I am interested, I want to hear where this is going. It really reminds me a lot of kind of what Miles Davis had done a little bit with Get Up With It, where it locked into a same groove over and over again. It really has a lot of tinges of Donald Byrd's later material, his soul funk material, as well as some guitar acrobatics that are reminiscent of Mahavishnu Orchestra, and even some Steve Tibbetts, which is another guy that I'm going to have to talk about in a later video, because he's another Minnesota resident. What is it with Minneapolis having all these great hidden jazz gems? Maybe the Midwest has something to offer after all. But overall, this has a really nice, warm sound. This is probably the best album of the trilogy, and you can tell that they've been working out the kinks in their process, that the band is really in sync with one another. All of the grooves don't fall flat, and every single person is bringing their A game to this record. It flows perfectly. So I love this album. I think that it is a lost fusion classic. Now for the album highlights. For my money, the first side has the 2 gem tracks that will make you want to return to this album over and over again. That would be Freeway and Trio. Freeway is an original composition by guitarist Mike Elliott, and Trio is an arrangement by Mike Elliott of a few jazz classics and some that have been written by some of the members of the band. It works so well, and they are both funky, groovy, and overall just earwormy. They will sink into your psyche and be with you the entire day. So those will be my album highlights, even though the entire album is a gem. This is a group that deserved more than what they got. It's unfortunate that they were never discovered and that they kind of continue to languish outside of the realm of public opinion. I'm hoping that 2020 is the year that people start to rediscover them and find out some new stuff. So, I give this album a 5 out of 5. It's a fusion masterpiece and definitely deserves to be in your collection. You can find copies of their first LP for super cheap on Discogs. I believe that this album kind of runs a little higher, around $30, but still, I would snag up as many copies as I could because it was a private pressing and they're limited amounts. So, what did you guys think of Natural Life, Unnamed Lands? Go and check them out on YouTube. I will include some links to some videos of these albums, and take a listen for yourself. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I hope that you guys have a great day on your own personal oasis. I'll see you soon.